Do 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 do. Hello. Does that sound like an alien beaming in? Do 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 do. Take me to your leader. Do 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 do. What are we doing? How are you doing, Data?
Okay. How are you?
I'm making it through, I suppose. I'm doing the best I really can and given the situation. I'm trying something different tonight since we didn't really plan for a show and I haven't done much of anything on my computer today. Well, other than the last 2 hours setting up for this show. Um, I figured we would talk to our audience today.
Well, let's see who's here. I see TA. Hello, TA. I see Denny Craig, Denny Crane. Hello, Denny. Um, hey there, TA again. Hey there,
TA
not
came in
suitable for
early and threw a
mom.
whole bunch of skulls at me. Not suitable for mom. Jason, welcome. We're gonna do kind of a call-in type of thing. We'll see how this goes. I don't think I really do just like a call-in show, do I? Have I ever done a call-in show?
I don't think you've ever done a call-in show.
I usually pre-plan everything and say hello before the show, line everything up, go live, and have everything prepared. Well, I went
Matter of
live
fact,
prepared for call-in today.
I don't know who calling is.
Me neither. I don't know a call-in. Does anybody know a call-in? Colin, can you get into the green room, please? Can we get a Colin in the green room? I need a Colin in the green room, please. Colin, can you please come to the green room?
So, do you want these guys to jump on the Discord or something, or?
Oh, I guess that would be smarter of me to be. Sorry, my mind is not with this. I've been working really hard today trying to do whatever I can. But yeah, I have this thing called Discord. I'm debating whether I should
Hello,
really have it.
hello, hello, Red Feather. Welcome, welcome. We're doing things loosey goosey today.
We are having a relaxed evening. We're gonna chat with our chat kind of thing. It is a call-in type show because I've never done it and I haven't gotten any research done. But this is the fun thing. I can just type in. I can't spell. DISCORD. That might do something. Does that work? Did I type Discord wrong? We'll find out here in a moment.
There it is. But is that room available to everybody, or are they?
I went through when you and I were um, muted and getting things together. I went through and made the green room available to anybody. All you have to do is jump in the Discord, and the green room. Whoops, whoops! What did I just do? I just jumped in the green room.
You're
Whoops!
back.
I never. Well, yeah, I guess I did take me somewhere. Sorry about that.
You okay?
I'm okay. Okay, you went down there for a moment. That was
No,
probably.
no, no. You went down there for a moment.
Well, no, I moved, but your audio to me just went down. I don't know why.
Oh, well, I mean, okay.
There we go.
Uh,
Um,
Num has entered the building.
hey everybody, I'm a numbskull, and I screw things up. We have our first guest of the evening. Let's see how I do this. Can I mess this up? I probably can. I messed it up. No, I didn't.
Yay!
Hey guys,
Hey,
How
welcome
you,
back.
how you doing this evening?
it's
I'm
nice to.
not too bad. To everybody in the show, and I'm gonna have to apparently lower my volume to match these guys because I have them up.
I got a new
And
mic.
Nice to hear the voice of those familiar letters.
yeah, I will bring everybody in one or so at a time. We'll see how it goes. On my end, the audio sounds a little off. Let me be smart about this.
My audio.
Num's a
No,
little.
you guys, it's not you
Yeah.
guys. It's this. How's that? Somebody talk.
Test.
Hello.
1, 2, 3.
I think that's better.
Num's a little tired and burnt out. He had a garage sale all day and made a whole whopping family meal at Burger King.
Oh, actually,
Well,
it bought us pizza for dinner
actually.
because we didn't
No,
have
that's
time to
cool.
cook the roast I had set aside.
Yeah, but he was hoping for hundreds, not
Yeah.
$20.
I have
Yeah,
like
no,
$500
that's
in
cool.
appliances out there and a whole bunch of other stuff, and
Oh,
I
no
just gotta
kidding.
sell one or two of these and get them out of my way and put that in my bank, and I'll be good. I hope.
Yeah.
I
So
hope so for you too.
it's just a matter of what what do you hold priority on? What's the most important to you?
That's true.
I think what's the most important to you is your family, but the second most important thing to you is that classic Mustang sitting underneath the car cover.
It's not even under a car
Ooh.
cover. If I tried to sell it, it'd be worth nothing. I'd maybe get a thousand
Oh,
dollars out of it, and it would be more hassle than it's worth.
what year is it?
95.
Oh,
But it's like when it came out and the police, what was it, the troopers used to use it.
I
It's
tell
a
you what.
fastback, right? It's not a trunk version.
No, it's not the fastback. The fastback was the 70s. It
Oh, it is.
was.
yeah.
Well, no, I mean it is a trunk or a hatchback.
It has a trunk.
Oh,
All
so
right,
it
so
is. So it's like a police special.
the one I have is the one the last year they put the vertical, no, the horizontal lights in. Before they went to the vertical 3-strip lights, I have the horizontal 3 strips where they're
Oh,
fully
the
separated.
taillights.
It was the last year where the Mustang was supposed to carry a 5.0 stock high output. Basically, it was the last year the 302 5-speed was supposed to be stock in the car. They switched over to the V6, which isn't much. Hey, Fox, we're having a relaxed evening tonight. We've got the green room open, and TA jumped in. It isn't a heap of junk. I will tell you how much torque versus weight this car has. I could get it up to 100 in 9 seconds or less.
Second gear.
Put you in your seat and leave you there. Gotten myself pulled over a few times showing off for girls in the car, and I've gotten some markdown tickets because the cop sort of wink nod understood what I was doing and why I was being stupid. So I've still got my share of speeding tickets in this car. This car hit a mud puddle with good tires on the back, and a mud puddle at 20 miles an hour took it sideways.
Yeah, there
What
were.
are you in a funny car?
No, it's got so much torque on the rear end and so little weight that if it slips, it slips. It's gone.
Wow.
One of the
That's
downfalls. I
funny.
mean, the thing felt like a rocket ship when you're driving it. You'd never know what was going on outside, but as soon as it started to slip, it would slip. Oh, you could have fun with that if you knew how to do it in a parking lot, like 15 miles an hour, and just flip the wheel and tap the gas real hard, and the thing would just start corners, no
Right.
problem. Not good when you're driving. Little bit of moisture. The first day I owned the car, first day, worst experience ever in the car. I lived in just outside of Sacramento, California. I mean, just outside of Sacramento. I was on the line. I bought the car. I drove it home from a dealer. Learned how to drive over the phone. Never driven a standard before. Drove it home from the dealer. Park it on the side of the road. Get up on a California fall morning and go, I'm going to show this off to my family. I get in the car. I go down the road at 5 miles an hour. I let off the clutch just a little and tap the gas at the end of the road, and the car spins completely the fuck around and comes like 8 inches away from another car parallel, and I'm just sitting there for like 5 minutes, like totally frozen. The
You had
fucking
no idea how it happened, but your whole family was very impressed with you.
I
Oh my,
I turned
this is
around, I
my
put the
house.
car back on the side of the road in front of my place. I got into my little beat up Camry and I drove out and told everybody I bought a new Mustang. Why aren't you driving it? It's a little wet out. Everybody's looking at me like, what do you mean? I was like, I got to the end of the road and it spun out. I took it home. That was it. That was all I said. I did not tell anybody that I almost smashed into like 3 separate cars in one turn and just parallel landed right next to another car. And I was just like, I can't drive this right now. I can't drive this right now.
And that decision right there is the only reason why you still have that car today.
Oh, man.
And possibly your life.
Yeah, right? Jeez. Yeah, my buddy
Welcome,
had a
Patrice, to the
5.0,
show.
like an 85.
I'm not
TA?
even kidding here. That car has scared the living hell out of me so many times. I love it. I love that car to death.
What TA?
Oh, my buddy had a 5.0, a 1985 Mustang, and he used to do the $100 trick where he'd put $100 in the visor, and he'd count down, and at the count of 3, he'd hit the gas in first, and you'd try to make an effort to grab that $100 out of the visor right in front of you. Right in front of you. Couldn't do it. Not a chance in hell.
Oh,
Even if you had the balls, you couldn't
I
beat
thought the
G-force.
bet was on the highway. I was always told you're supposed to do it getting on an on-ramp. You get on the ramp, they count to 5 with their arms sticking out. If they can reach up and grab the bill after that before you hit 5th gear, it's theirs.
Oh, no,
I had the
that
car at
works
like
too.
130 when I tried it.
Yeah.
I was gone. They were not getting that money.
The fastest I've ever gone was 155, and that was in a 328 BMW.
You got me. You got me by maybe a dozen miles an hour. I've had it to 138.
There's no need. There's just, you're not missing anything. Trust me.
Dude,
Except
just
staring
the
at crap
feeling
out
when
of
you
your
look
head.
down and realize. You look down and your
No,
heart
you
kind
do.
of skips for a sec. Boom, boom. Oh, shit.
Yeah, when those what is it? Those dashed lines in the streets turn to a solid. When
Yes.
when the sides turn into a blur, you don't
can't
even
look at
see
the sides.
Exactly.
You can't
When
look
you're
out your
passing
sides.
people who are doing 80 miles an hour like they're standing still.
Have you
For the
ever
record,
seen?
May I cut
What-
in
what
with a
was that?
public service announcement to all of the guests on this chat? Please be advised. Speeding is very, very dangerous. Don't risk your life speeding. Also, I believe in almost every state, if not all, probably all, 100 miles an hour, you will be arrested and lose your license right there.
And don't forget, buckle up.
Yeah, it's felony if you double the speed limit in Mass, I believe.
Yeah.
And going fast is wicked stupid. Don't do it, kids.
Don't be dumb like us. We've been dumb for you. We'll tell you all about it. It was awesome. Don't do it. Okay.
What's that
Now,
car show? That English car show?
Oh God, what is that?
I
Wait.
forget the name.
Oh.
on the
it's
tip of my
September.
tongue.
Hot August Nights just
Same.
ended.
Huh?
Hot August Nights just ended. Car
no,
show.
It's something gear. It's
Yes. Yeah, Top Gear.
Oh,
Top
that
Gear.
one.
That's it.
Top Gear. Top Gear. Remember when the scientific one took a Bugatti on the test track and did it over 200 miles per hour?
Whoa.
I think I've watched every episode. I used to love that. I got
Yeah,
you
that
all.
was-
I'd swear I've seen every episode. That show was the best. I love
I'm-
the older British dude. He was a funny bastard.
I'm gonna
That
give
was-
you all one of the best stories ever. This sounds well. I got 2 really, really good ones. One involves cops. This is the don't try this at home story. This is the when you're young and stupid you do things that might kill you story.
Oh, Patrice Ripley came. Hello, Patrice.
Some of your
Hello,
streams
Sora.
might be bleeding into my 24-hour streams right now. Just wanted you to be aware. Well, this only goes for an hour, whenever. But just let me know. Maybe I'll pop over and simul stream or something with you. Send me some info on the Discord or the Twitter or something. Welcome, Eric. Alright, so I was heading up a highway. And I was crossing a state border. And I was moving at a substantial speed. Let's say 95-ish to be safe. I know where the cops usually sit. And I slowed down to about 80 to kind of sort of see if he was there. And I didn't see him, so I punched it. I opened this car up, and this was a sports sedan V6 3.1. It was the 88 Buick Regal Limited Sport Coupe. I punched this thing, and I put the pedal to the floor. I'm doing 92, 93, 94. I'm watching the speedometer climb. I'm having a ball. All of a sudden, I pass by a tree, and I see the fucking cop sitting there. And I see him trying to book out of the grass, and I'm sitting here doing 95 miles an hour, thinking in my head, what the fuck am I gonna do? Okay, don't try this at home, kids. 95 miles an hour. Tractor trailers drive at about 65 miles an hour. How many of them on the road do you see? Tractor trailers are bigger than you. Move. You better move fast. But I'm like 5 miles from the next exit. How fast can I move? Oh, wait, I'm in a sports car. 100, 105, 110. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, curves in the highway. Tractor trailers. What do? They're not getting in the way. I see the cops come somewhere in the back, so I move up in front of a tractor trailer and move as far to the right as I can and just try to stick in the crowd like I never saw nothing. I see the cop coming up just barely, and I decide this is the right time. I'm going to move over. I'm going to slide back. I'm going to relax. I can just barely see the cop's car going the other side of the tractor trailer, and I got right behind that same tractor trailer, and I just followed him up to the next exit. I jumped off the next exit. I got on the highway. I went in a completely different direction. I drove for like 30 miles in the middle of nowhere. Just, ooh, look at that. Oh, why did we just do that? Oh, I'm never doing that again. I've never again outran the cops. I'm never going to try. I can't believe I did that. That was so much fun.
Oh, man. Yeah, but it's so much fun, but so bad.
Oh, dude, you see those movies? Granted, I've seen more of them since I've done this than before I did it, but you've seen the movies where people outrun the cops and they're having a blast, and I wasn't having a blast. It is a scary ass shit when you're sitting up there going, "What do I do? How do I do this?"
What, you never heard the story? If it ain't the motor, it's the Motorola.
For the record, I blew something in that motor.
Exactly, David.
Yeah, I blew something in that motor doing 10 over the limit on another road. I don't drive like that anymore. Most of the time.
Oh, you grow up.
You grow up, you have kids. Freaking Smokey and the Bandit. I love Smokey and the Bandit.
The chase was good. So was the best chase movie was Bullet.
Bullet. Which one was Bullet?
Remember Bullet? Steve McQueen was a 390 4-speed fastback 67 Mustang in dark green and a 68 Charger 440. And in those scenes, they did them all on the street. They hardly even stopped traffic doing them. They went through 5 Mustangs and only 2 Chargers doing it because the Mustang was coming apart at the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Those motors have way more power than the car can handle.
Well, not only that, but they do it. Ooh, big echo. Not only that, but they were doing a lot of jumps.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
This was in San Francisco streets. So.
No, I've driven my Mustang in San Francisco. I did buy it out in California. I thought it would be fun. I drove it down through San Francisco, Oakland, took some pictures at night. Don't take any car through San Francisco if you don't have to. Park on the outside, ride the trolley through. Just don't drive through San Francisco. Although Lombard Street was fun.
Stay out of San Francisco.
Yeah, there's that too. Stay out of San Francisco. That's probably a good idea.
Just stay out of San Francisco. It's one of those cities.
Yeah. There's a few fun things you want to see, but you want to leave before it gets dark.
Oh boy.
I mean, I've been around a little bit. I've had some fun. I've grown up. I have kids. I know what not to do. I'll tell my stories and make my kids realize, now listen, don't do this, but I'll take you to a racetrack and you can drive all you want. You know, I've been to the Demolition Derby and all that.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
I used to do autocross.
Autocross, the beat up races.
Yeah.
Whoop. What's going on? Is that me?
You got quiet all of a sudden.
Autocross is those beat up car races that go through the hill?
No, autocross is cones in parking lots,
Oh.
slaloms, gates, stuff like that.
Did you ever see that they came out? It was for the X Games, I believe it was, and it was it was desert, it was like Baja trucks on like city streets, and they built like ramps and jumps in like the city, but it never came to fruition. I think there was something with like insurances and stuff like that, but the course was laid out, so they were supposed to drive over islands and like down do all kinds of crazy stuff like through these city streets. It would have been nuts.
Never saw that.
No, it never ended up happening. Like they actually set up the course in the city and everything. Like they got it partially built and then it got shut down.
You guys know those hillbilly people that drive through mud and front yards and grass and scream out yeehaw as they're doing it?
Hell yeah!
Okay. I've gotten more than one vehicle stuck in more than one area of my yard. I tied a buddy to the roof one time. He let go of the rope.
See, now this is stuff you should be videoing.
Stuff I should be what?
This is very telling, though.
This is stuff you should be videoing.
Oh, come on. This is
Hey, if a guy,
15 and 20 years ago.
If a guy can get 5 million views blowing up a 2-liter bottle with CO2.
Oh, you want to see dumb people views.
Backyard mudding.
All right, so I'm going to regret this. I had friends.
A bunch of trucks stuck out in the mud in the front yard around his
No, I took a car in the backyard in the mud. Come on, I wasn't even smart enough to have 4-wheel drive yet.
You're a beautiful man.
Oh, no. I got that car stuck in mud all the way over the front bumper. It was at least 14 or 15 inches deep. And not because I drove into the mud, but because once I got in there and kept spinning tires, and you warm that mud up and you just keep going down.
Yeah, I went mudding once. It was near the sewer treatment plant. It was an open field full of mud. Well, we thought it was mud.
It was a leaching field.
I don't feel sorry for you. I live near a farm, and we took a 4-wheeler through the wrong section of a field one day. We didn't know it until it was too late.
I was in Maine riding this snowmobile, and I was jumping this awesome ramp in the farmer's land. And I figured out well after the fact that it was actually just a pile of manure that was frozen, and I had been heating it up, and it's been going everywhere. And
what did Joe Dirt call his turd? That's my beautiful nut.
My meteorite.
This is my meteor. It's gonna make me money. This good fries meteor.
There's a bowling bomb, son.
That there's a big pile of shit, son. No, it's not.
Remember when he knocked the top off the tank of the septic tank thing from the motorhome?
I got it. Uh-oh. I don't know if anybody remembers. Hey, Skeeter, get out here. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm telling you, I grew up a bit in the country. Bales of hay and pissing on electric fences and shit.
I've done that.
It's not
It
fun.
hurts.
It just
You don't
kind
think it's
I
gonna
don't know.
happen?
I've never been hit with a taser, but I don't think it'll drop me to the ground right away because electric fences kind of make me just tingle a little bit.
Oh, don't be fooled. I've been zapped by the wall outlet 100 times, and that
So have I.
you zap yourself. I zapped myself with a taser, and I kicked my coffee table clear across my living room barefoot.
I hit the wrong spot on my breaker box and threw myself 4 feet into a wall in a hallway.
Yeah. See, that's more like it. That's
Yeah,
don't
your breaker
underestimate
box is a
carrying along.
bit more than a taser, though.
Yeah.
All you
Well,
hear is
at least
bzz, boom.
it wasn't.
About 10 seconds later, oh, my arm won't move. Is that normal?
Absolutely.
My hand has no feeling. What do I do? Smack against the
feel
wall a few
really,
times.
really
Okay, it's coming
irritable.
back. Ladies and gentlemen, I really am a numbskull. I just know some stuff.
What the hell did that say about us?
I have destroyed an entire room in my own house that I had just finished building because I decided to get into it. I decided to sit and get too drunk one night. Mississippi mudflap.
Whoa.
I'm afraid to ask if that's a prison pocket or other horrible terms for a hole.
Oh.
I did not have a mullet. I have a weird beard pattern, though.
No, you had a mullet.
I got a
You
weird
couldn't
one.
You couldn't afford a mullet. All you had was a mole.
I got a weird one. My beard actually splits. There's a spot in the center on both my jaws where hair doesn't grow down one section in the middle of my beard on both sides.
Oh, same. I got something similar to that. I got these big patches on my cheek that don't grow in.
A clefted chin.
No, the clefted chin is the little line in the middle like Superman had. Like he had to glue his chin boobs
Yeah,
together.
it's a little.
Chin boobs.
Boobs. So
Ladies
you
and
just have
gentlemen,
you
tonight's
just have a
topic
bare
is
spot.
chin boobs.
Titty.
Were you watching? Oh, I can't do Marvin. Were you watching that programming? I will destroy the planet. They were talking about chin boobs. Where's my laser?
Chin boobs. No, it's not a laser.
Alright, a particle accelerator. Back off.
It's not a particle accelerator.
I can't do
What
it
was it?
tonight.
That's right.
It's a P-38, a P-39 plutonium space modulator.
But I didn't have any
That's right.
plutonium. Remember?
Can't you get that out of smoke detectors?
No, I had to go back to 1986 and talk to the doc.
Oh.
1.21 gigawatts.
So, TA, did you see our topic last week?
Did I see my topic?
Our topic. What did we talk about last week?
Stream last week.
Oh yeah, that stream. I remember now.
It was pretty crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, that was hectic, man. That was whatever.
6 million. Hey, look, we have Snow Fox in a weird room. He's not in the green room. Let's put him up here and see how he does.
Fox.
Did that work?
They're in.
And he should know.
You do
he's
have a
here
mic,
now.
do you?
Hello. You
New
have called
frogs.
the NumbedSkull hotline. What type of sexy man would you like next? Oh, Eddie drops out. Everybody saw that. I scared him away. Or his mic wasn't working.
No.
Restart your Discord and come back to the sexy server. I mean, come back to the graveyard. We're all dead here.
Oh no, where am I?
Sorry,
When
guys.
that happens.
I'm trying to have a little fun. Hey, when everything else goes wrong, just try to make yourself laugh. Everything will be fine until you stop laughing.
Borderline pizza coma.
I only had 5 slices because I couldn't afford.
So
2
wait a
more
second.
pizzas.
You didn't sell your sodas and stuff?
Nobody wanted any.
Nobody
We
wanted
grabbed a bunch. We're gonna put different stuff out tomorrow. They weren't cold, so we could only put out what was already cold.
It's still a 3-day weekend, so
I'm not
there's
doing
still a
all 3 days.
possibility of.
I'm not doing
What are
all
you
3
making
days. I'm
sense?
just doing Saturday, Sunday. And if I'm lucky, the big draw is gonna be Sunday because there's a church down the road.
You're not gonna do Monday?
No.
Why?
I have noticed on previous garage sales that when you do a 3-day garage sale, day 3, regardless if it's a Sunday or a Monday, if you do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the 3rd day always gives you a very low reward.
There we go. Now I'm in.
Welcome.
Oh, I heard somebody.
Hello, Snow Fox.
We have a fox hunting in our room.
Oh no.
What do foxes hunt?
Hey, Snow Fox.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Denny Crane says, oh, he lost. Alright, I still haven't converted the bots over. Hey, I just want to mention, sorry about last night, guys. I was sitting down, if anybody misses having me on a Friday. My kids and I sat down to play a game, and I looked up at like 6 o'clock and went, there's no way I'm restarting my computer and starting a show in an hour. Hey, guys, you want dinner? And we sat and played the game till a little after 7, and I showed my son how to cook hot dogs. So the night went well. I was happy. Sorry.
Oh, it's not a lot.
Yeah, nothing lost on my end. Apologies for anybody who misses me.
A fellow male just learned how to cook hot dogs. That's just a rite of passage.
I've had him do it on the
Not-
barbecue before, but I gave him an
Not
electric frying
suitable
pan.
for mom is asking how you Discord.
How do you Discord? Right there.
Oh.
You click on that link and come into Discord. Maybe I should look at other chats. I'm looking at the chat that's showing up doing nothing in the on the live stream. On the live stream. I said scream.
Ice cream?
Do you need to get the app to talk in Discord?
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you? I know I can access it on my browser.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can too, but I've loaded the app.
So, Jason, if you want to jump on and say hello, what you would want to do is look for the room on the left that says Green Room Pre-Show. You should be able to click on that, and I will drag you in to say hello. We're going to go for probably
later,
another
Sora.
20 minutes.
Enjoy your dinner.
Yes, enjoy dinner. It is,
Yay, dinner.
it's sometimes the only meal I eat, because, I'll make
Same
it a
here.
good one.
I always like breakfast.
Oh, I love breakfast. That's why I make it for dinner.
Yes, exactly.
It's my favorite dinner. I love breakfast.
Breakfast for dinner is
Pancakes
awesome,
and English
man.
muffins, and bacon and sausage.
Waffles.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'll tell you a few good ones. 1, you take a bagel, you put cream cheese on it. Then you put bacon, sausage, cheese, an egg, and maybe some fruits or vegetables or some or veggies, tomato, lettuce, whatever you want. That's a fucking hell of a sandwich.
Wow, yeah, it is.
Oh, it's like my favorite sandwich.
Ah, man, I'm getting so hungry now.
Sorry. I'm out of bacon. Out of bacon.
Oh no.
I'm almost never out of
Hence the
bacon.
yard sale.
I buy it by the case. I'm not kidding. I buy it by the case. It's like 40 something dollars for a bunch of flat little circle pieces of bacon, and they're bacon that's cut. And
Oh, you're talking about Canadian bacon.
no, we've had this argument before. It is
Canadian
shaped
No, they make
bacon.
bacon. No, I know what Canadian bacon is. I live in the Northeast.
No, but it's also thick, though.
No, yeah, Canadian bacon is
bacon is
thick.
ham.
It's ham that's salted
Right,
down
no, they
to
make
be
these,
like
they
bacon.
make these thin, round ones, though, Data.
Oh, do
All
they?
right. I
Yeah.
buy from one of the local stores that also sells out to certain restaurants. So they have cases of this bacon that they order in from plants that's round pieces
Prosciutto.
that you can cook and throw on a sandwich.
Oh,
It's not
maybe.
strips. They look like strips almost molded into a circle.
Prosciutto.
No, it's not prosciutto.
No,
I'm not even
no,
kidding
that's-
you.
I get what it
Think
is.
strip
It's
of
just super
bacon.
processed
Think
bacon.
made
They're just-
round for mass production for restaurants. I buy that.
Yeah, so they can just
for a
slap
good
together
price.
breakfast sandwiches.
Yes. And they're
I
good.
get you. Yeah, just little circular discs of happiness.
And I know what Canadian bacon is. It's delicious if you cook it right. Put a little bit of syrup on it. Delicious. Is that
I've
Tyler
never been
Cook
able to
ham
cook
pork
Canadian
roll?
bacon right.
Actually, I buy my sausage in a roll. I buy the frozen rolls because that's what they sell to the restaurants. They have it in there. It's like a 5-pound roll, and I'll just make my slices how thick I want them for my sausage. It's just you can't do better than the way I cook sometimes. I tried to open a restaurant.
Yeah, well, you
Apparently,
gotta get down
I
pretty good.
don't have that kind of credit.
You cook better than I do, just from what you're telling me.
Dude,
Instead
I
of
make my
opening a
own.
restaurant,
Do
How
what?
about getting a job as a short order cook?
Why would I want
Nah,
to
I
cook
used to
food and
manage-
make like nothing?
I used to manage me at Domino's, and our massive orders of Canadian bacon was ham.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't resemble bacon at all.
All right.
I mean, I know bacon is ham, but it's not the same.
No, definitely not.
It's like
It's a different cut of the pig.
I think it's a different cut and it's salted differently. So bacon is salted and
Yeah.
processed in one method that makes it raw but edible. You can eat bacon raw because it's so salted that no bacteria can live on it. Canadian bacon is cooked ham that's salted down.
I'm learning things today.
It's not as
All
salty
about
as
bacon.
bacon. Hey, I like my meat.
Oh,
I'm
I
wondering what
I
cut that
cook
is
meat in
exactly.
every meal. I've got a big. I buy pork loin by like, what is it, 13 pound loins of pork, and I make my pork chops and my roast out of that. I just cut it into pieces. Because it cost me like a third of what buying pork chops and roast will. British bacon is best, no syrup on it. I don't know what's wrong with you. I guarantee American bacon is 300% better than any other country's bacon. And then we'll put more fat on it for you.
Right now.
oh no.
A whole pork loin. Yeah. From me loins! Now I'll make the chops from me loins. Nope, no bone in.
Fatback loin ribs, flock bacon.
I will.
Where is the Canadian bacon cut off the ham roll?
Yeah, I will tell you honestly, I had several different meat managers and a store manager try to explain to me unsuccessfully what part of the animal goes where.
You don't want to know.
Basically, all they can tell me is how thick to cut the meat and what to wrap it in.
What do you want to reassemble it?
Like you Frankenstein the thing back together.
It's like, no, the shoulder is this, and this is the loin, and this is the chop, and this is the quarter. And I was like,
And
what do you want me to cut
what
up?
the hell is a meat manager? Anyways,
I worked in a grocery store, so the meat manager was the meat
manager's
department
the one
manager.
down the corner.
Hey, this man's gonna make sure your dick's big enough to be a man.
the meat manager.
He's the meat manager.
He's got the ruler.
Oh. Well, I'm glad we did this. This is fun tonight. I needed this.
This was fun. Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
Meat manager just orders meat and walks around. Hey, Eric, you're not far off from the truth. You're not. Do you know those store managers that you rarely see anymore? The ones that literally walk around to a department and stand in a doorway and wait for someone to realize they're being watched being dumb and unproductive? Do you know
Hello,
those?
Mick Swifty. Welcome to our hangout.
Welcome, Bobcat. I was one of those managers that you wouldn't see or hear me coming, and then all of a sudden there'd be a shadow in the doorway. They turn around and go, "Hey, how long have you been standing there?" Long enough to know you could have been doing work.
Oh, jeez. One of those.
Yes,
I had
one of those.
at UPS.
I wasn't a mean manager. I'd hang out and I'd joke with the guys when the work was done. I'd no problem with that bullshitting when the work was finished. If there was still work to be done, what are you doing? And that was it. Just, what are you doing? One of those managers, when you say something, you say a certain phrase, everybody knows you're already getting angry. What are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing?
I don't ask the question unless I already know the answer. What are you doing? Oh, I was cleaning up. Yeah, you clean by dancing? With your hands in the
Yes.
air? Yeah, I was cleaning the cobwebs off the ceiling that's 8 feet above my head. Oh, glad.
I clean like Mary Poppins. Just singing and dancing all over the place. Arms swinging, umbrellas everywhere.
I really do miss my job as a store manager. I wasn't a mean store manager unless you were someone that didn't want to work. I was also the type of store manager that would walk up right next to you, start working, and work at twice your speed to show you that you could work faster.
We just lost you for a little bit.
Did you? Oh, wait.
Yeah, a little
Just a
bit.
second.
Everything's spinning. Hold on. I'm not busy. My computer is.
He's in his Ford Mustang. Everything's spinning.
I hit a mud puddle. I'll be back.
As long as you're not stuck in your front yard.
Oh, it was the backyard, side yard, whatever.
So, TA, what was your first car?
Oh, my first car?
Yeah.
My first car was a 1985 Nissan Maxima.
Well,
And it was the first car I successfully did a reverse 360 and I'm sorry, 180 and 60 miles an hour on a one-way street with cars parked on both sides of the road.
you mean
6 inches.
Rockford Files J turn?
Yes, yep. Some chicks whipped a soda at my car or something like that. And I ended up chasing them in reverse down this one-way street.
Well, you were only going one way.
Have a good one, Bobcat. Enjoy your evening. We're only going to be here for a little while longer,
We're
I
losing
think.
you. You're breaking up.
Are we? I think it's my internet, to be honest. I'm not sure why, but I'm watching my internet connection start to drop a little. Getting a little annoyed on this
my
end.
internet went down a little minute ago. I actually just kicked it back up.
Have a good one, Angry Amish Hitman. See you later, Dewey.
See you, Hitman.
I want to join Discord, but it won't let you. Didn't you join Discord? Aren't you already in there? Is that why it's not letting you?
Huh?
Oi, oi, Hitman. Alright, I will also give a testament about why not to buy small, lightweight cars. Because I live in the Northeast, and a member of my family had a Volkswagen Beetle because they thought it was cool. Or it's a testament never to drive on bald tires. But I was going down a 65. Was I doing 65? Or was I doing 55? Maybe I was doing 55. I was doing 55. I think I was around the speed limit, somewhere near. And I slowed down because an area usually was slick, so I was doing about 50. And as I come up around the corner in this bald tire VW Beetle with no weight in it, the car starts to spin on itself. So, lucky me, I like standards, and so does most of my family. So, it was a standard, so you're throwing it in first gear, then trying to throw it in third gear, then first gear, then third gear, then first gear, then third gear.
Whoa, no.
I heard that. I was talking, and it just... Well, this isn't cool. Now I'm not happy. There's
nobody taught you how to do that.
What?
No, nobody taught me how to do that. Reverse and third gear back and forth?
No. First.
Well,
first for grab. First for grab. Third for loose. It's something I've learned when you lose control of a car. Hold on. You guys are going to love this, because when you lose control of a car in the ice, you have an option. In an automatic car, you can sort of do this, but in a standard, you want to shift between a low gear and a high gear. A low gear, if you start to get texture, will grab the road and put you in the right direction. A higher gear, yeah, on ice. Dude, I've lived in the Northeast most of my life. I can drive on ice.
Yeah, you know.
Third gear.
Like this
I see a lot of those videos about you Northeasterners driving on ice. They're very funny.
Yeah. I have also missed the road a few times. Just putting it out there. First gear will grab, third gear will not. If you try on ice to hit it in third gear, if you're on a very slick ice, third gear will slow the revs way down and give you a little bit of texture, but not much. It'll kind of get you to slow down and grab into something by warming your tires up. If you try to jump into first gear, it makes your tires spin really fast. So if you're spinning out of control and you've already tried the brake thing, shift between first and third is not quick, but kind of get it to jump into the gear and lock the tires and then shift again.
It's almost the same as jogging.
Anybody within the voice
I don't care about my transmission when I'm driving it like that.
Please completely ignore it, because if you do anything of the kind, you'll end up on top of a parked car.
I ended up sideways next to a guardrail on a highway. Backwards.
What you're supposed to do is just hit the clutch. You don't touch the brake. You don't swerve the steering wheel.
Don't ever
just
swerve.
Hit the clutch. And hopefully those wheels will freewheel and gain traction.
Eric, jump into the green room. Alright. This was a Volkswagen. I shit you not. I don't have this car anymore. The transmission wasn't much good for much longer. But
Well, not
I
when you're
didn't
doing shit like that.
hit anything.
All right. I don't know why. I'm getting some massive echo over here. That's why I haven't chimed in so
yeah,
much.
me
So
too.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
disconnect and come back.
Is it on my end?
Yeah.
Do you have headphones?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
my
I got some
headphones, but
headphones
I
on.
got it cranked up over here. Something's wrong with my Discord
Uh-huh.
audio. I have you guys cranked up to equal out to my volume.
Ah,
I have headphones on.
I got my fancy new earpieces.
There's no green room. Let me look. Hold on. Oh, I have a little glitch here in my internet. Come on, catch up.
It's
I
a
wish
great green room.
I wish you could make a link directly to one of the rooms.
Can I?
No,
You sure?
all I see is hide names.
Let me see. No, this just does a server link. Doesn't do it right to the room.
Right.
Oh, we
Anyways,
lost
if
Snowfox.
you,
Did I fix the echo?
it sounds like it.
Yeah, definitely way better. Oh my god, way better.
Alright, sorry. Sometimes the settings get mingled
that's
over
great.
here.
The left
I
side
was
of
just
the
sucking it
Discord
up.
shows all the rooms go like 3/4 of the way down, and you should see Numbed Wasteland live.
It's in the show network. Oh,
You have quite a few rooms.
I do. I'm about to revamp the whole server. I just haven't sat down to do it yet.
Somebody just showed up.
I got Snowfox popped in.
Wild fox, come back.
A wild
Blame it
fox
all on
appears.
me.
Ooh,
You
bad
keep
echo,
jumping
though.
into the
Yeah,
great
I'm
debate
still
room.
hearing it.
Test, test, test. I don't hear it.
Hey, look, Dewey.
Yeah, it's way better now.
Weird.
Hi, Dewey.
Hello.
Oh, it's a Dewey.
Yeah, go.
Howdy, Dewey.
Hello.
Was there an echo on the outside, Dewey?
No, it was in here.
Alright. Well, either way, we got it fixed over here. Probably something between my Discord and my voice meter right now, because Discord does not seem to be agreeing with everything. So, we got about 5 minutes left.
Someone else's voice is echoing onto you, but I don't know. Maybe that's just
Yeah, it's through Numbed.
my setting.
Do I have my settings up that high?
Oh, jeez.
You guys have to understand, I have a studio
Echo.
mic.
It's like an acid trip.
It's a wicked acid trip.
I've
never
had
done
nightmares like this.
Hashtag me too.
Oh. I've had people in my car on some serious drugs. No. It's fun to watch
All of
them.
a sudden, it's mint.
Have you been in my car?
Wow, I feel like I just came out of a trip like freaking lickety split. I mean, I might be a little big, so that doesn't.
Or
These
do we
things happen.
continue?
Squirrels and trees.
I'll just show you. Yeah, I'll show
And
you another
nuts.
time, Jason. Don't worry. I have an idiot O in here. And welcome, idiot O. I guess it's not so bad considering I'm a numbskull. Eric, that's you. Eric, there is a room on the left-hand side underneath the heading Show Networks. That room is labeled Green Room Pre-Show. We got a little while left. Just looking to chat, kind of hang out. In fact, I guess one good idea while we have people in the chat, since this is kind of a call-in show, what would you like to see on the show? What have we not covered that people would like us to look into? Let me get my
Ghosts.
notebook.
When was the last time you did something on time
Bob's.
travel? Just out of curiosity.
Did something
Did you
on
say
time
Bob's?
travel? I don't
Yeah.
think we did time travel, did we?
No.
You
Are
mean
we
the
gonna-
type of time travel where you see a picture, and in the picture from like 1903, it looks like there's somebody looking at a smartphone?
I'm talking more along the lines of Chrono Trigger. I just happened to pick that up for sale on Steam, and it's always been kind of a topic of interest for me.
There is actually, whether you guys know it or not, there is a lot of information and weird theories and bizarre phenomenon around time travel. The one Data mentioned is one. There's a film from the 1950s when film was in black and white and they were just starting to be able to do recordings with people on the street. And there's a video of a woman, looks like talking on a cell phone, holding it up to her ear.
No, I've
Very
seen that.
thin
There's
shaped
a few of
device.
those.
It's what?
There's some interesting debunkings that go on with that, though.
Yeah,
Like, there's
there
something
are.
To the effect that she had an ear horn or something like that, or maybe she was just daft.
I don't know. Who holds a box up to their ear? The thing I thought when I
Yeah.
first saw it is she's holding a cigarette pack and she's scratching her ear or putting a cigarette behind her ear.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, when I saw it, the only problem is when you watch the video, she doesn't make enough movement towards that particular gesture. It's close, but it's really hard to tell because if she would have done that, you would have seen the cigarette come through. There's also a photo
Right. Yeah, no, it's
from
Did we ever do the Mandela effect?
We should. We've talked about it a lot.
We do talk about it.
There's a photo, I want to say it's either from the late 20s or the early 30s. It's a election or something. There's a bunch of business style men all there, and in the picture, somewhere towards the right third of the picture, there's a guy there in sunglasses that are shaped unfamiliar to that time era, with a hat that isn't
with the
familiar for
silk
the
screen
area.
shirt.
It's
Yeah,
a
he
famous
looks like
picture.
Casey's a nice dad.
Yeah, he wicked does. Oh my god, he wicked looks like Casey Neistat.
All right, now, and on top of that, let's, as we wind the show towards the end, the hipster time traveler. That's the one I actually believe.
That's the one.
Think to ourselves over and over again that these ancient Egyptians must have had some higher form of technology or must have been through something. And Dad has sort of slightly presumed some of this as well in different ways, but what if we have advanced so far to a point in our time now, let's say in the future we've figured out how to do it, and at the time before it happened the best way to have figured it out was to travel back before we believed humans were there and try things out, and that spiraled through time as now ancient Egyptian pyramids that were there before people knew how to build these.
I see what you're saying.
And we're
We
looking
actually
at something
travel
we
back,
have done.
From our future,
Correct.
but we look at it as our past.
Right.
Oh my god, dude! I've never thought of it like that. I've given tons of thought to this too, but I've never pondered on that point. That is a beautiful, beautiful theory.
And that's why I like this numbskull.
Yes, yeah, same here.
I try to think about things with an open mind, and we're always talking about aliens and data presumed, and it's an interesting theory. I don't know if it's from data
Lost him again.
that humans
There he is.
had an evolved species that lived here that left the planet. They changed over time. Their eyes, their features would have changed over time, and they come back to visit. And what would they look like? Okay, well, what
Gray
would we
aliens.
do if we
Yeah.
never
Did you
meet
see?
another alien population? If we never meet another one? Because we become unable to, but we do figure out how to manipulate time within our own area. Then we can time travel and use our own planet. What would we do? We'd go back and see what we could get done. Maybe we go back and see if from Earth we can find ways to look at other planets.
Well, there is one
Have
theory
you ever
that
seen that?
you can't go further back than a time machine is invented.
Oh, are you
Because
going
if you
H.G.
went back
Wells?
before, if you go back before the machine was invented, your machine would disappear out from under you.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
then there's
That's one of
also the
those
theory that
paradoxes.
you don't actually change your timeline. You actually travel into another dimension or create an alternate universe.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
there's
we're getting deep, boys.
there's the multi-dimension theory where that's what they're talking about, the D-wave quantum computer. Supposedly it is tapping into those other dimensions. Uh-oh. Did I lose everybody?
No, my
No,
pencil's
I'm still
moving.
getting
I'm
that
writing
echo.
things down.
You know, a lot of people are talking about the Mandela effect being caused by CERN. But what if it's being caused by the D wave, the quantum computer?
Oh, jeez.
So
Just a thought.
basically,
It's kind of spooky to think about.
in much the same way that we're trying to at two places measure gravitational pull on supercolossal novas exploding thousands of years ago and throwing gravitational waves at us. We're measuring that in the same way we're manipulating the same types of waves affecting time distortion.
With what?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to grasp this. We have. Does this work? Here we go. We have one more. He'll know he's here in a minute.
Welcome to the room.
Oh, nice. You made it.
I'm trying to take down notes. Yes, Harp is creepy. Harp has
So-
its weird things.
The
What
last
is?
Mandela effect that I saw, just the latest thing, real quick, was shoot. Now it's
Underground
gonna fly
tunnels.
out of my head.
Ops, Mount Rushmore. Now you guys are just yelling out everything you can think of.
I got one more thing here. Let me just chill for American Gadfly. He's going to be doing a show on the MK Ultra experiments here in a little bit, and wasn't that all about unlocking latent psychic abilities through drugs and
The MK
experiments
Ultra
and, and the
project?
like? Yeah. What if some of these people just took so many drugs that they went back in time through the power of their minds?
Feel like I'm on drugs listening to this.
What if that was possible?
Flat Earth, mostly harmless. I think that was the response for Flat Earth. I don't even remember. The bot just comes up and says mostly harmless. What? I forget sometimes what the bot's gonna do. Oops, I left by accident. Oh, okay. I see that. There you are.
Yeah, I
Welcome
saw
back.
it dip out quick.
All right, I'm back.
You're back.
Yep, can hear you now.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Whoops.
Welcome back, Mr. Carter.
Your dreams were your ticket out.
Yeah. So we have. Are you guys serious? Mount Rushmore? Should we talk about Mount Rushmore, or is that one a joke?
What about Mount
I
Rushmore?
hope that's a joke.
I don't know. I'll look it up and find
Yeah,
out.
what's
We
it
could talk about the
Mount Rushmore?
horses carved into the side of the hill somewhere in the south that people want to remove.
What?
There was supposed to be a library built in one of the heads.
Oh yeah, that was
The,
cool.
the rest of the carving was never done. It was supposed to go all the way down the whole body, legs, everything.
Yeah. So, how many feet of water is Atlantis down?
Enough.
Who says it's underwater? I thought it was under ice.
Isn't the water rising?
Atlantis,
Why won't the ark float with a dinosaur on it?
Antarctica.
Give me 3 flash facts about the North Pole.
It's cold?
How cold?
Really?
Penguins are in the Antarctic, not the Arctic.
The magnetic North Pole is moving at 11 kilometers a year
There's your 3.
towards England.
There's 3.
Did you know? Oh, now I know why things sound funny. It's my headset's going. Damn it.
You mean the echo is inside your skull?
No, the
We're
headset.
hearing it out through your
Oh,
holes
so
in
we're
your
all
head.
inside NumbedSkull. It's just echoing like crazy.
I can fix that. If you give me a few minutes, I'll adjust the visuals on the stream and you can all be inside Nums. No,
Visuals.
I
We're
have
trapped in the
visuals.
I
Matrix.
got visuals.
Alright, so I have time travel, Mandela effect, Montauk. I don't know what John Tidor is. Or underground tunnels. I've heard this underground
he's the
tunnel
t-
myth.
He's
John
the
Titor was a
time-
time traveler.
Yeah, he's the one who went to 2023 or 2223, something like that.
Oh, is he the one from, was it 2015?
No, it's from like 20 something.
No. No. The one that
He
was in the
came back-
news in 2015.
Wait, the what?
There was one big one that went crazy and did something and claimed he was a time traveler at the end of 2015. I think there was another one in 2017. Like crazy people saying, "No, you can't arrest me. I'm a time traveler. I have to go back to my
No,
time."
I think that
John
happens a
Titor,
lot.
I don't even think existed. Like, it's supposedly like a hoax. But he came back from the future to get some old IBM computer to stop Y2K.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I
like
heard
it's a
this.
weird, wild story.
I'm up for weird,
Yeah, but
wild
it's
stories.
cool,
I think he showed up on like Art Bell. Like that's where I
He
first heard.
changed history, and now he has never existed.
That's
Well,
what
supposedly when
happens.
he came back, he met his younger self. So, if him just coming back changes like the time, how would he meet himself?
Here's a weird one. They say that 2 items with the same matter can't occupy the same space. So you can't touch yourself from the past if you see yourself. Right?
Well, what would the coincidence? What would it?
Well, it's like the grandfather paradox,
Your
right?
cells are constantly dying and replicating.
I was
those,
just
so
gonna
are
say
you
that.
Technically, the same matter.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
was
guys
just gonna
hear-
say that. If you saw yourself from like a year ago, almost nothing of you would have been the same as what you were a year ago. All of your skin and your cells and most of you dies off.
Yeah,
Unless you're touching eyeball to
replaced.
eyeball, you're okay.
Did
Or
you,
organ to
you
organ.
guys hear the time is actually speeding up?
Relatively
You're-
or
okay.
respectively.
No. Remember when you were kids, when you counted off seconds, you said 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, or
Right.
something like that, right?
Okay.
Have you tried that lately?
No.
It's off.
Pull out a second-hand clock and try it, and you're going to be.
It doesn't work.
The seconds move a lot faster now.
Yeah.
Now, if time was speeding up, would we be able to see it?
No.
Because we live in the time
Not
stream.
necessarily.
Okay, hold on. You have to understand also, and this is where my mind starts to break trying to wrap around this, so follow me if you can. We are also moving at a few 100,000 miles per hour because of various multi-spatial anomalies that we're contained in. And if we are captured by a gravitation that forces us to move at a faster speed, then would it be a faster speed or a slower speed or closer or farther away from an anomaly with a high gravity? The closer you are to a higher gravity force, the slower time is. The farther you are from higher gravity, the slower your time can be. So the slower your speed, the slower your time. It's a weird cross-dimensional thing, but your speed would be speeding up if you were...
Well, there's the
Aren't we
gravitational
going
dilation
as fast as
effects,
we
and then
possibly
there's
can?
redshift to take into consideration. I mean, there's all sorts of weird aspects to that would probably play off each other in strange ways.
If we're slowing down, time would prospectively speed up. But if you're talking about countdown ticks versus verbal anomaly ticks, then 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi wasn't always contextually a 1 second count.
I always thought it was 1/1000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've heard
try that.
as well.
That still closely works, but it's close again. Alright, I'm having some
No,
weird computer jumps
I understand
here.
what Dave is saying, though. I almost agree with him, but there's no way to like.
I think it's just your
That's
timing is off because I just did it to 10 and I stopped the stopwatch at 10.01. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know why. When you get older, time seems like it's moving faster. You know, I'm over 50 now, and it's like weekends are weekdays. You know, holidays are 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's a new year. It's
all
because-
about your perception. Yeah.
I mean, it's relative because of our perspective. If you think about it, if our brain is a recording device and you're 50 years old, 1 year is a 50th of that total recording. When you're a kid, 10 years old, it's a 10th. It's much larger. So as you get older, it feels shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter.
Interesting.
Wow,
I like that.
That's,
Opening up
that's-
the mind.
it's a great way of looking at it. No, that makes tons of sense.
No wonder why
Hey,
you
Num.
can't remember things. Compressed data. What?
Jason's trying to get in here and he needs certain firms to steal the rest of the rooms.
Oh, is Jason in here? What would his name
Yeah,
be?
he's under the online thing on the right side. It's NSFM.
I got you. Boom.
There you go.
There we go. Sometimes that's how
Now
to keep up
Jason
with
goes
this.
down to the Great Debate.
What? Is
Sorry,
that the
Num.
only one you can get in? Why isn't the green room working?
I don't see it.
How does nobody see the green room? It's right there. Did I really?
I couldn't find
saw
it.
Yeah.
Whoops! I just lost
Green
everybody.
room.
I can get in the green room, but
sure
apparently
it's
I don't know how
available
to
for
set
everyone
up
to
the
see?
green room.
Weird.
let's see why nobody can see it.
When I went to join, it said it was locked.
I tried to unlock it before the show. Now Discord's just messing with me.
Okay, he's down in the Great Debate.
Yep, let me get out.
Okay, there he is. Just grab him and move him over.
Hello.
The poor guys are rotting a maze.
Hello.
I guess we're staying longer than I planned, but that's okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hang on, we got more. Bloody hell, we've got multiple people talking at once here now. Hang on, it's all going tits.
It only gets worse.
Right, Billy.
Yes.
Right, I can stop doing all the screen sharing malarkey now, yeah?
I already left Hangout, so you can close that.
Oh,
Right,
are you
okay.
coming from Boss's channel? Is that what you're doing?
Nope. Nope, it was
Right,
just me and him.
and then I can hang up the Google doofer. Right, okay.
Wait,
Right,
Dada.
now-
Were we just talking about compressing age into smaller amounts of time? Have you met
Yeah.
Jason yet?
Yeah, no, it's all right. Now I've got the bloody stuff up. It's easy to do. It just wouldn't come up beforehand. And do you verify that? It's not my fault, was it?
Oh, Dada, this is perfect. Jason, we
No.
have some questions for British you.
I've got it.
What kind of conspiracy theories do you guys have out there?
Conspiracy.
Where, in England?
Yeah.
I don't know really.
Well, what about the
We're
princess?
interviewing now.
Oh well, yeah, Diana, yeah, there was that. They reckon that was all deliberate.
What about your queen, who's a lizard?
Interesting enough, in a newspaper I read from 1950, did you know the French king lived to 92 years old?
Reptilians.
Yeah, well, Charlie's never bloody getting in, is he?
How about aliens? What kind of aliens do you have out there, Jason? Do you have the green ones or the gray
there's all the
ones?
business to do with Stonehenge, isn't there? How that came about.
I don't know. You tell me. What do you got?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Well, I can look it up. You just have to tell me what haven't I heard of?
I don't know an awful lot. I mean, there's all the business with the what's it called? What's the event? Summer solstice. Summer solstice. Right, and you get all the hippies come out and everything. And
all that thing. Yeah, they all go down to the Stonehenge and get weird, right?
Well, don't forget you've also got Glastonbury with all to do with King Arthur and all that lot.
You have a lot of crop circles out there too.
We did have for a while, yeah. It was quite mad, but they still reckon it was down to some two blokes fucking about.
With a log and some strings and a lot of math. Yeah, I know that story.
Yeah, I'm sure aliens have got better things to do than going around making patterns in bloody fields.
You
I don't know.
the one thing that really puzzled me was, you know, that bombing you had in just recently at that rock concert.
Oh, the one in Manchester or whatever.
Yes,
it was.
yes.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the video of the group of police changing clothes on the sidewalk during this? Yeah, there's a 10-minute, about a 5-10 minute video of cops and emergency workers, and they're exactly. Why are they? And they were all changing.
Yeah.
They were pulling their pants down. They were changing their uniforms.
Were they changing into civilian clothes, or were they? I mean, not that it really matters because it's still weird either way. But,
right.
I mean, it kind of matters. It kind of matters. Were they changing into civilian clothes, or were they changing into clean uniforms?
No, it looked like they were changing to different uniforms. They weren't. They weren't. Yeah. Now there's an. Yeah, go ahead.
Wow. I was just gonna say, were they changing from standard police uniforms to say like riot gear or something like that?
It wasn't like they were adding things. It was like they were completely changing their look. It was a very odd, and it seemed to be.
And where was this?
This was in Manchester during the bombing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was Ariana Grande or whatever her name was.
The other thing that I always wondered about was that video that the tourists took of the naked kid coming out of the window of the castle in London.
There's a souvenir.
What was that all about then? That's a new one on me.
Yeah, there was a naked kid. Looked like he was in his teens, maybe early 20s. He was coming out of a 4th-story window with a what do you call it? A bed, a bed sheet rope.
Yeah.
And he came down, and then he ran for it, but you lost him once he came completely down.
He's probably flicking a high or something.
Rapunzel, let down your bed sheets.
I mean, coming out of the Queen's
Michael
residence,
Jackson stole the kid was making a break for it.
Do you know one of the best things I ever read in the newspaper, right? And apparently it was legit, right? I mean, I know it's in the tabloids. You got to be careful because they do misconstrue stuff, and I'll elaborate the truth somewhat. But there was this bloke, and he came home, right? And he was going to light a fire in his chimney place, and he found this great big turd in it. Right? Apparently, some bastard had climbed up onto his roof and took a shit down his chimney.
That's wonderful.
So no fun, cool British stuff that we haven't heard of. No weird conspiracy.
That was an alien turd.
Yeah. No, but you got to admit, that takes a lot of effort, innit? That's got to be pre-orchestrated.
We have a guy who died in a grocery store
on
column.
the sidewalk.
Yeah. Hey, do that, you get the homeless people to do it. They have a shit in the park.
Put the shit down your freaking chimney chute.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
That's pretty ingenuitive, man.
It's like Father Christmas won't be going down that bastard, will he?
It used to be a lump of coal.
Aw.
Yeah.
Or it
By the
will
way,
be a
thank
lump
you-
of coal.
Thank you,
when-
Dewey, for helping me, mate.
You're very welcome. There's actually one more step you should do, Jason.
Yeah, what's that then?
Do you know how to pin Discord to your taskbar?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. That's easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
That's a piece of pill. No, I mean,
Okay.
the thing was, it was fine, but it wasn't coming up with all this stuff on the side. How did you
Yeah,
get
because
it to
you
do
didn't
that?
have certain perms.
Right,
You'll
well,
get
I wouldn't
there.
have known anything about it because I never used it before.
Jason, just get hold of me. We'll help you through it. Somebody will help you through it.
That's all right.
Meanwhile,
Well, now-
back to
now
the
it's
show.
there.
We're
Yep.
looking for the last of conspiracy theories, and then we're gonna wrap this up for the night, folks. And I'm gonna go have a final
we've
smoke
had-
and get some
We've
rest.
had all the things like, I don't know about conspiracy theories, we've had all the things like the Beast of Bodmin.
Oh,
Beast
the
of
echo's
Bodmin?
gone.
Yeah, Bodmin. It's I think it's an area in the West Country, right? Sort of Devon Cornwall sort of area, and yeah, it's like a giant black panther or something seen roaming the forests.
Wow.
Let me have a look a minute. I'll see if I can find the story.
Oh, you're all right. Trust me. If you mention it, I can find it, and then I'll learn as much as I can about
I
it.
can read it. I can read it here then.
But we're gonna wrap up because I have 3 kids waiting to come use the bathroom and not be loud on the mic, which I appreciate. And
Yeah.
Come on.
Have you been
you
in the
stay in
bathroom
your
this
room
whole
with the
time?
door closed.
It's the It's, if you just type in the Beast of Bodmin, mate, it's the first thing that comes up on Google.
I got it. Thanks a lot,
Maybe
Jason.
do
I
that.
appreciate
Maybe
it.
do that for another show or something.
Who else we got in here? Thank you, Dewey, for
We got all
joining
kinds
me.
of, like,
Thank you, Fox. Thank you, Odie, which is or it.
Eric.
what am I- Eric. It's hard to go back and
Where's
forth and figure out who
Garfield?
everybody was.
Eric.
And thank you, TA, for joining
John.
me again.
Of course, buddy. Anytime, man. My pleasure.
Absolutely love having guests on. I don't do these types of shows too often, so I figured with low planning, this was a good idea. And we are going to move to the outro. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see how
Bye-bye,
this
peeps.
works.
Can I just say
No,
one
I-
thing, Numbed,
Later.
before you
No,
go?
you can't.
Later.
Oh,
All right, and thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Data can still hear me if he'll unmute himself real quick. He can say goodbye. I separated us from the rest of them. Maybe he can't unmute himself. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining the show tonight. I hope you like the throw together style where I work all day and then still try to bring you a decent show, because some shows I really like doing. Like the ones I do. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us. We will see you later, because have a great night. Oh, one last thing. Remember, on your way out, play with all those buttons. Bye.